Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crypto Night in Canada. I don't know where our sports broadcaster is tonight, but she's around somewhere. Like the new hat? Look at that. Look at that. See that?
There you go.
Got that from the Pomps Best Business Show. I'll tell you, and I got the shirt that goes with it too. 100,000 K. I'm going to wear it till it goes to 100,000 K. Not.
You might be buried.
Hey?
They might bury you in that then.
Listen, I could have used your services last Thursday, man. I got a 911 call from the cottage and the sewage or the septic backed up.
I don't do septics. I just do the toilets.
Well, you wouldn't have been a lot of help. Well, I could feed you through the toilet and you could have a little peek. Take your flashlight.
Yeah.
What's going on, Neil?
Just hanging out, just enjoying the night. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been horsing around all week?
Yeah, a little bit. I've had a little fun. Yeah, I've been adding to the stable. So it's been good. Yeah, I bred 2 more horses, and I'm all set up to maybe do a little demo tonight of just how easy it is.
Cool. And Ken, you've been just living the dream, right?
Yepers.
Well, we got Riley in the house. We got Moonbright in the house. Got Nikki in the house. Oh, that's me. That's me in the house. MC in the house. Kyle, Candace, I thought you were coming out to Ontario soon. Or is that, October, right? And there's Ryan. How you feeling, buddy? Ryan's been a little under the weather there, and I've been checking in on him, so everyone's cool. So what are we going to talk about? You've been sending me stuff, Ken, on that coin that you're all hyped about.
Satama.
Yeah, well, just before we go on air, folks, I admit it, I didn't watch the whole video. It's a cast about an hour and so long. He goes, you just kind of watch the last half of it. It's like, well, good thing I didn't waste the first half on nothing.
The first half's good. The first half's good. It's just the meat and potatoes near the end. That's where they're talking about being listed on a tier 1 exchange, and the wallet release in Las Vegas is going to be a huge party. I think they talked about the NFTs a bit. The NFTs are supposed to be mind-blowing, game-changing. So,
yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'm just looking for my phone. There's a lot of stuff going on with the NFTs, and it just seems that, like, I go down and I get notifications of what YouTube videos are broadcasting and stuff like that. So I get Crypto Jab, and I get what's that guy's name? BitBuy or whatever is the guy. If there was anyone, and I don't mean to hurt anyone's feelings, anyone that I can't stand, it would be him. Most of all, that's an influencer. But and they're all talking about NFTs, and I think they're running. How much more can we flog this whole bear market? I thought they said the bull market's supposed to be running for another potentially 3 to 6 months, and yet now they're calling it a bear market. So, like, have we got a bunch of people that just can't make up their mind, or what?
I think so. New stuff comes out and everybody jumps on the bandwagon, right? The only way to make it in crypto is to hit the new stuff in the beginning when it's cheap, so that when it does go up, such as Satama, then you're laughing. Or Shiba, I hit that one too. So
yeah, but you sold Shiba, right?
Not yet. I still have it. I'm contemplating it. And VXV, I bought it at like $210. I think it's sitting around $14 right now.
Yeah.
So I'm contemplating getting rid of that too. And my Ryosis Vision, I think I might get rid of that too, because it's not doing anything. It's moving up and down, not very much. So I'm here to make money, not to.
And you own do you have a position in OMI?
Yeah, I still have OMI.
Okay.
I'm about halfway back to breaking even if they can keep pumping it.
Yeah, I know. It seemed that we kind of bought it on the higher end, and then it just took a nosedive. I bought it at that
1.5 cents or something like that. And
oh, did you?
Yeah, at the hype, and it went up like, I don't know, 0.002 beyond that, and then that's when the big crash happened. So
yeah. Huh. Well, it should be coming on. Oh, look who it is. Look who's decided to join us.
Dun, 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 dun. Hi, everybody.
That's the sound I was
Crypto Night in Canada. I'm sorry I couldn't get the computer going. I had to, anyways, I'm good now. How's everybody tonight? How are you, Neil? How are you, Ken? And I see, Ryan's in the chat, and Marie Claude, and Dave D, and this is good. Dalge is here. Who else have we got in the house? Candace, obviously, Mark, and Kyle, and Barry. This is awesome. How is everybody?
I'm so glad I carried this for the first 5 minutes.
Well, it's just the enthusiasm, the energy
Murphy.
That we love.
Yeah, well, okay, I can bow out.
No. It's all good. It's all good.
Look, you see?
Oh, and Gary Matthews is here. Hey, Gary, it's good to see you. So what's new? I can't wait to hear all about what's going on with the OpenSea and what new NFT you've bought. This is great. And hopefully Ken will give us a Satama update. And anyways, and I got some things I wanted to share. I sent them to you in an email, Tim. Do you have them? Listen, I took today off. It does wonders for the soul.
There you go.
Yeah. I see you've got a Darth Vader in the background there, Neil.
Is that what that is? I'm trying to figure out what it is. I'm trying to figure out whether he stuffed his little kitty cat or what he's done back there. It actually looks like a knight head from a chess game.
It's the devil on my shoulder. There you go.
Oh my gosh. And Len, I will, you're right. I didn't ask Tim. Tim, how are you doing, honey? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm just peachy. It's okay. Everything's okay at home here. Don't worry about it. Everything's cool.
Oh, good. I'm
Toilet's
glad.
working fine up there? Are the toilets okay?
I think so. I haven't gone down into the hole like you told me to check everything out.
I didn't ask you to go down into the hole. I asked you to lift the hatch to see what the moisture level was like.
I haven't done that yet.
I'll get up there and she'll go, "What's that smell?" And it's like,
anyways.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk some crypto.
So let us know what's going on there, Neil.
Well, I haven't been buying NFTs per se, as opposed to mating NFTs to make more NFTs.
Okay, mating
Yes, so
NFTs.
I've bred a couple more horses, so I have 3 unnamed foals right now. So they're just new baby horses that are just hanging out in the barn. And I'm actually set up, so if you want, I could. I'll save it for a little bit, but I've been just checking things out, going through, just trying to learn more, and just I've really kind of stepped back from crypto. I'm all in on the Zed run. I haven't moved any more coins or anything, but I'm just not following everything like I was. I'm just following what I'm holding.
Okay, no, that's fair. And I'm always interested. I love it. I think it's amazing. And so yeah, so let's let you figure that out so you can show us what you're working on. And Mr. Ken, are you going to give us a little update about Satama?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Where's the project at? What's going on in the world of Satama?
Well, the wallet is still on schedule to be released in next month. I think it is next month or November, somewhere there. With having the wallet, I believe you get anywhere from 2 to 3% for staking on the wallet. You also get an additional 2% for any buys or sells, not within exchanges. It has to be like a buy or sell on Uniswap or Shiba Swap or whatever. Yeah.
So it's ETH based, right?
Unfortunately, yeah, it's ETH based. See, I'm from the realm where, the coin would have their own wallet, their own blockchain. So when you transferred it around, it would just be whatever that particular wallet or blockchain is charging. Now with everybody building on ETH kind of controls everything, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Not with the fees being as high. I was looking at possibly purchasing some more through Hotbit, and in order for me to transfer out of Hotbit at the current price of Satama, it would cost me $107 Canadian. just to transfer it. Just to transfer it out. Then you got to pay ETH to actually get it to piggyback into your wallet. And what they do is they take that ETH fee out of your coin that you're transferring and they convert it to ETH. So you can't, I have no idea how much that would actually be. When I first did it, it was like $10. It was like 1.8 billion coins, which was like $2 or $3. And then it was another $10 in ETH. I have no idea. Paying 107 on an exchange, I think the best way to buy it is through a DEX, Uniswap or Shiba Swap. If you're paying that high anyways, you might as well just pay it there and then they're put in your wallet immediately and you start earning 2%. Stupid ETH.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to recognize or reconcile that is whether they just get to a point where they burn so much off that it becomes cheaper or what. But I mean, how do you for people that are holding ETH, myself, I can't get out of that without losing some money.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got all these mining pools that you're posting in China that are all shutting down. So what the hell is that going to do? That's going to cause a hell of a lot of congestion on the network, which means when it's congested, the fees go back up. So,
because the demand for the miners goes back up because so.
I don't think VB thought of this happening. I really don't. I don't think he thought in his intelligent mind that, there's going to be a whole country that is, I can't even remember how, they were doing like 25% of it or something.
20%, 25%.
So that's a huge slam to ETH. And I don't think he thought of it. I don't think he thought, China's going to pull the whole pull out thing again and actually mean it, So
do you honestly believe that China's doing that for and that they won't just go, just kidding, because they're actually behind driving it up? Huh?
Oh no, they're buying.
Oh, the government is
buying it. Oh, totally. This is played. I believe this is totally played.
Yeah, I would say that I was watching Anthony Pompliano and he said that typically he quoted another person who said that literally every time China does these bans, it's a buy signal. And that once this all gets rectified, that then it should make the system faster because we won't be starting and stopping so much with the news of China. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's just a whole bunch of FUD. And unfortunately, everybody falls for it, especially the new people, because immediately they're like, oh, China's banning it. Oh, well, think about 2013 when they first started saying that they were going to ban this and ban that, and they never did.
Yeah. I had some interesting news today. Well, I think it was yesterday. It came out in one of my food service magazines. This one was FSR, Food Service. What does it stand for? FSR. It's FSR magazine, Food Service. Anyways, don't know what FSR stands for, but it's a publication that gets sent to me on a regular basis. And the article was, what does the food service distributor of the future look like? They had a whole pile of points in here. Point one was technologically integrated, and point two was real-time data transparency. And it goes through here, and it says right in this article that a high degree of user trust will be established through systems that secure data and transactions, such as GS1. So we use that today. And blockchain implementation initiatives, and through track record of effective crisis management. I sent this, I think I sent this definitely to you, Tim. I'm not sure who else I sent it to. I think I sent it to the other directors that work at my company. And I said, hey, listen, if you need to know which blockchains they're using for this, I've got a few tips I could give you. Anyways. But it's fascinating. This is now coming out in mainstream, because for us, just thinking about the open and transparent network that we have through some of these crypto technologies, say, for instance, we could track produce, a thing of blackberries, and we could track it right from when it was picked. The UBC code goes on it, or the number comes on in the system, and we'll know exactly how long it took to get from point A to point B. And if you, as the end consumer, can can swipe on it and know exactly where this product has been and how long it has been since it's been picked out of the field. And you can track all the way through. We can know which customer actually has that product. So if we ever had to recall on a thing, it could be done instantaneously. I was like over the moon ecstatic. I thought, oh, this would be amazing. And so it's those companies like VeChain and all that sort of stuff are going to be integral in the future of how we distribute food, I think, and other goods. We've talked about that before.
Wasn't there another one that was Dave Cowan was talking about Quant? No, was it Quant? What was the one that was the way bills?
Yeah, I can't. It was something like that, but yeah,
I think it was Quant. I think so.
Was it Quant? Okay, yeah.
So.
And that it just seems that more and more and more that this is becoming the problem. I mean, it's still still 65 containers sitting off the port in San Diego, and it's just there's absolutely no person power, to unload it.
I've finally seen an article yesterday about the distribution chain being all messed up and whatnot. I think it was on Global. They posted it. So they're actually the media is actually bringing it out to the public now.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do about it. I mean, I saw a post today that I think was related to self-employed people, where you could click on, and this was through the Government of Canada website for the CERB. You could click on it and see if you qualified, so that you did not have to repay your CERB, or if you'd repaid your CERB, how you could recoup some of that. And I thought, where are we going with this? Like, this is just, we're never going to get anyone back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the CERB and the EA is supposed to come to an end or something soon. I think the next 2 weeks. Anybody that was on it before previously, I think it's supposed to come.
You honestly believe that's going to happen? Well, the point is, it's got to happen at some point in time, right? I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but then what's going to happen then? Because now the folks here, just a thought, but the folks may have accumulated enough to get them through Christmas. January hits, Christmas bills come in, no CERB. Now what? Right?
Yeah, so maybe they'll extend it to the spring, maybe, because they don't want to screw up all this the money the consumer can spend at Christmas, right? That's
well, we don't want to screw things up anything more than they're screwed up already, right? Like,
well,
we don't want that. That would be harmful if we did that.
Yeah, we should have taken care of it in the beginning.
Yeah.
But do you want? Yeah. Well, okay, never mind.
We need a normal Joe in office, is what we need. Somebody that's not being touched by the politics, not being touched by this company or that company. Just somebody saying, you know what, this is what's going on. Okay. So all these reserves need clean drinking water. Let's go now. Let's go fix it now. Fix it now. Not, we will. Oh, sorry. It pisses me right off.
Well, remember that movie that had, what was his name? It was called Dave.
Yeah.
And it was about the actor who came in and played the president because the real president was underneath on life support. Mm-hmm. And he was an accountant, and how he rebalanced it's, fictitious, but I mean, there's no one, it doesn't seem, that's in business that's an entrepreneur that makes it very far in politics.
Yeah. We just need somebody in touch with reality to take care of our country. That's all it is.
Can we go to some of the comments? So Moonbright says that what we were talking about earlier. What?
Who?
I was going to say, speaking of VeChain, I've just been watching. That's something I'm in, and it is on support right now. It's starting to, the triangle's forming. So it's something that I'm keeping my eye on. And, I'm probably going to move a little bit of money around and go get some more. That's something that I think the real world application, like the guest had that one day, and that was his main impetus for investing. It's quite shrewd, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what VeChain's sitting at right now? Cost?
Earlier, it was around 9.5 cents, I believe.
Oh, damn.
That's ridiculous.
And do we know where it is now? Earlier today, it was at 9.5 cents.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it since this morning.
We were in VeChain originally, and then it was one of the ones that we decided to let go of when we moved. When we moved, we shuffled some things around, but I'm really interested in picking that back up again.
8 cents now, 8 cents US. No, we're in it.
Sorry, it was.
Are we?
I guess it was 7.5 cents this morning. Pardon me. Or no, just under 8.5. I don't know.
That's
under
good.
10 cents.
I'm not
Welcome to
selling
the
it.
I Don't Know show.
The I Don't Know show. We're good. We're
Yeah,
a good
I don't know.
crew of people. Nobody knows.
0.84
I don't
of a
know.
cent this morning, approximately.
No soup for you.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I'm not
No,
selling.
no,
But
no.
I think it has a lot of real world applications, and that's kind of where I'm trying to steer anything I'm looking more to hold. So I think long term, it's got lots of legs.
Yeah, once they start using it, that's when
Nice.
it's going to start pumping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and did I read it right? I think Brian, just going over the just going back to China, that they have now banned CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap from publicizing in China.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not even letting them know what the price of anything is over there. It's craziness. It's crazy. But is that what you said, Tim?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just get down.
All right. Sorry.
Keep going. Patter patter. I'm just working on something in the background.
Oh my
too.
gosh. We're all having a little challenge. My internet is lagging in, out. So I'm like, I'm not sure. Are you hearing me? Aren't you hearing me? Neil goes down. I'm like, what is going on tonight?
Well, Tim told me to get down. He said, get down. So, I did it.
Oh, Timmy. Neil was listening to you. That's funny.
See, someone was listening
Oh
to
my
you, Tim.
goodness.
That's funny. Oh no, we do have VeChain.
Yeah, see, Tim, somebody does listen to you.
What?
Okay, so Tim's still looking to see if we have VeChain.
All right. Thanks
Everybody's
for coming out,
completely
everyone.
distracted.
We will see you next week.
Don't forget my new YouTube channel of learning lessons on air drumming's coming out soon.
So,
Oh my goodness.
well,
So the other, you go ahead, Neil.
I just in the whole China thing, I don't know what to make of anything anymore. All I know is the two Michaels are back. And
Yeah, big surprise, right?
It was for health reasons, of course. So thank you for releasing them.
No. One
Isn't there
one way,
another-
two came the other way.
Isn't there another 100 Canadians over there in prison right now or something? I think I read something about that. They're like, yay, we got two back, but what about the other 100? And now there's the whole Wowie 5G thing in Canada now, whether Trudeau is going to actually use it or not, since they let her go. And I don't know, he could do something bad again for our country.
I've actually got, I went out to the dollar store and bought 2 tin cans and a piece of string.
There you go.
Yeah.
And why did you do that? Are you thinking something bad's going to happen to the internet, to the phones?
Please tell me she's missing my point.
You want to make a phone with the 2 tin cans and the string.
Yeah.
I'm saying, do you think that are you thinking something bad is going to happen to the internet?
Maybe. What else you got cooking, Nance? Let's go. Either that or Neil's got to tell us about the horses. What do you got cooking in the stable?
I know we talked about this with Ryan on Sunday night, but I wanted to talk about it here with these guys and let these guys weigh in. So today I rewatched the Anthony Pompliano interview with Jack Mahler, and I got myself all excited again. And the reason I got myself all excited was because of just the thought process of what he's done with the Lightning Network and his product Strike, and how it's not an app. I was so excited about it. I can see this application in such a big way. And again, it's not an application, it's an API feed, so anybody can take advantage of it. Did you guys watch that episode? Did anybody, you can answer in the chat. I'm sure Len has seen that Jack Mahler speak about it, because what he's doing is using the Bitcoin platform. And so he distinguishes the difference between Bitcoin as an asset and Bitcoin network, and using the Bitcoin network to transact with. And so do you guys understand what he's done and what he's created, or do you want me to go on about this for a few minutes?
Sure. I don't know much about it.
I have no clue.
Okay, so Tim, maybe if you could take a second and find that link to that Pompliano and Mahler video and just put it in the chat so everybody who wants to watch it afterwards can. It is so flippin' amazing. I can't even get over it, how exciting it is. And some of the key points is he is not talking about us as individuals who own Bitcoin taking Bitcoin and paying for things. That is not what he's talking about at all. He is saying, so let's back up the train a little bit. So everybody knows that Jack Dorsey allows tipping on Twitter now, right? We're all up to speed that they do that. What they are using is this Lightning Network in order to do it. So he goes into a pretty decent explanation about how communication originally was. When we used to send messages from here to Japan, we would have to send it via carrier pigeon or, way back when. And then we moved and evolved and were able to communicate to the point where somebody sitting in Canada can send a tweet to somebody in Japan and it happens pretty much instantaneously. It doesn't matter. A tweet could go out and everybody wherever could view this information. So it's really sped everything up. Is everybody following along with what I'm saying on this? Now, add in that if we like what Anthony Pompliano is saying, or you like what Ryan Hemsley is saying, and you want to tip him, you can use your Twitter feed in order to do this. And what he's doing is you set it up so that the money comes and goes out of whatever vehicle you want it. If you want it from a Venmo account, you want it from a PayPal account, you want it from your Visa card, to and from your Visa card. If you want it from your debit card, you set it up however way you want it. What happens is, say Tim Danter wants to send Ken some money through the Twitter feed, the Twitterverse. Mm-hmm. Tim puts the piece in, I'm going to send $10 to Ken. It comes out of Tim's bank account or off of his Visa, however he wants it. It gets instantaneously converted to Bitcoin, transferred over, reconverted, and put into Ken's account in fiat currency. All they're doing is it's going straight through it's using the blockchain, the Bitcoin blockchain technology in order to do this. And he's not charging an arm and a leg. Jack Mahler is not charging an arm and a leg to do this. So it's in work. It's in existence right now. You can attempt it if you want to play with it and pass money around to each other using Twitter. Knock yourself out. You're using the Strike platform. That's what you're using, and it's based off of the Lightning Network. So what got me excited about this morning was, do you know how small the margins are for restaurant owners? They're ridiculously small. They're trying to eke out 5%. If they could get 5% even, that would be a big deal for a restaurant owner. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, where do they get crushed in over and above fees that they can't do anything about? Visa, MasterCard, American Express charge enormous fees. Mm-hmm. Enormous fees. And they charge it to you, the user, and they charge it to the restaurant. And then if you carry a balance, then they charge interest. Like there's a lot of money being made through Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. What if you, Ken, sitting there, could set this system up on your Twitter feed, and you still use your Visa because it's attached, it's coming and going from your Visa, but it's being done through this, and you could tweet the payment over to the business owner. They didn't have to pay 2% on that if you used your Visa. They've just increased their profit on that meal by 2%. It's amazing. Yes, and Len's right. Len's right. He did mention this on our show months ago, that the Lightning could easily wipe out Visa, MasterCard, easily. Yep. And so I'm up here at the cottage with my girlfriend, and I was explaining this excitedly this morning to her, and she of course is pushing back and saying, "Oh, well, what about Visa, MasterCard? Like they're not going to go quietly." And I thought about that, and I thought, okay, I get it. And they do deserve something in the middle of here because they built the infrastructure. They built they made it easy and accessible for all of us to do business with each other. But they've also milked us all in every which way to Sunday, and they're making billions of dollars. Now, people are innovating and they're finding ways around it. And this is absolutely one of the most exciting things I've seen in a long, long time. And again, you don't have to own Bitcoin. You don't have to trade Bitcoin, but they're using the Bitcoin network in order to make this happen. This is unbelievably exciting.
Did they say what the fees are involved though? Because I'm sure.
No, he can set it. He can set it like we do, 0.005%, and he'd still make boatloads of money on the transactions. He said it doesn't need to be that much because the transactions, people will do more transactions than they've done before. Think about ourselves. You go to the bank right now, unless you've bought a monthly package.
They make it up by the quantity then.
Yes.
So
think about how fast. Okay, if I wanted to send so I've got my sister-in-law's Japanese, and say I wanted to send her mother, who lives in Japan, some money. I have to go to the bank. I have to somehow get money converted to a yen. Then I got to somehow get the yen over to Japan. Like it's an ordeal. But if she had a Twitter handle and I had a Twitter handle, she can set it up to receive the money however she sees fit. I can do it in Canadian dollars. I can go, I want to send her $50. I have no idea what that's going to be in yen, but I'm prepared to send her $50. It goes through the Lightning network. I just tweet her the money and there it is. She's got it instantaneously.
Couldn't you just do that with e-transfer though?
Not instantaneously.
What's that?
No, not instantaneously because you can't e-transfer. My limit for e-transferring is $2,500 a day. What if I wanted to do $10,000? It's instantaneous, but what it's instantaneous to is the third world countries where if it was done to El Salvador or to or somewhere in Sumatra or wherever it is, they had to worry about it going to a bank, then going to the bank, then getting mugged or getting ripped off or whatever. This way, it goes directly, instantaneously to their bank account. Wow. They don't have to leave home, right? They don't.
Yeah.
So most exciting thing, Tim's put the link to the video, and honest to goodness, if you can't get excited after watching Jack Mallers about where we're going in the future, and what I love the most is that he didn't have to go and raise millions and millions and millions of dollars in capital to make this happen. And this will be one of the most destructive and rebirth of our economic times. I'm telling you, I was blown away. I was in the shower thinking about it this morning, and I was like, okay, how can I get this information out to the restaurants that we service? Because that 2% that they won't have to pay in Visa fees is an incredible lift in profitability for them.
Mm-hmm. So MasterCard, Visa, Amex, all American companies, right? Now you get an American who's come up with this using the Lightning Network with the program and the platform of Bitcoin. When really you're not using, you don't have to buy Bitcoin. It's all just using it as a conduit. Do you not think the SEC is going to come in and try to protect Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Western Union at some point in time?
Yeah.
What?
It's an easier way to fix it for the credit card companies is stop gouging their customers.
They're going to have to
make that. They don't need to make that much money. They do not. Considering,
right? Like if they want to stop this, they need to reevaluate how they do business, and if they don't, it's going to pass them by, right? And
exactly, Neil. And you know what? And up until somebody comes in and try and disrupts you, you won't do anything. Blockbuster never had to do anything. They had a really great business model. They had the best year ever before they went out of business. They added candy. They weren't thinking about adding other. My brain
what's
is.
What's the word begin with?
Stop it.
Revenue streams.
Revenue streams, but there was another word I was thinking of. But yes, they didn't. They added They added the candy as another revenue stream to prop them up. They saw that things were changing, but they didn't change in the right way. They added the candy. Great. That propped you up. But you need to add the candy, and at the same time, you need to now be creating another, oh my God, what's the word? Somebody please help me. I will think of it probably at 2 a.m, and I'll go, oh, there was the word.
Mark Suave mentioned streaming. That is the end result. The beginning result was all the piracy.
Yes.
The piracy is what killed Blockbuster, because there are certain people that used to be able to download movies and sell them to people for $5 a movie. I'm not saying any names. And they made a killing. Anyways, yeah, it started that way, and now streaming. So if Blockbuster would have been smart, they would have went right into some type of streaming service before Netflix. Then Blockbuster would still be around. They would be the Netflix.
Right.
But they didn't think of it.
Nope. And listen, Visa and MasterCard, they're not dumb businesses. They have been in business for a long, long time, and they have helped society and moved society along on a lot of levels. Arguably, we could say that they've also damaged our society. However, after you watch the Jack Mallers video, you'll realize it's already too late. They have to jump on board, or they are going to get left behind, and they're going to get left behind fast.
Because we do still need major credit cards, because they are a lending platform. So we still do need them. We do need them.
Yes, but we all know through these crypto chats that there are companies coming up through the ranks that do peer-to-peer lending, and so anyways, please, everybody, go take the time, watch that Jack Mallers interview, because he's dynamic and he's excitable. He's doing all this programming he bought I think he bought a penthouse apartment in Chicago, and he sits in a women's dressing room, a women's closet that has nothing in it. And he talks about it, he laughs about it, and he wears Crocs. He's eccentric and dynamic and full of personality. And I just believe he's going to be one of the people that we're going to look back on over time as he's going to be beyond the next Mark Zuckerberg. Wouldn't you say, Tim? Like I think he's an Elon Musk in the making. He's an innovator. It's really crazy.
Very cool. I'm definitely going to go watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. Might as well check it out.
Check it out.
Nancy, did you watch Ken's video?
No. He sent it to me, Ken. You sent it to me, right?
Apparently, it's the first half you got to watch.
Okay.
You just watch the whole thing.
I will watch it.
It's like the saying: you can lead a horse to water, but don't kick him in the ass to make him drink, because
No.
That's what the tail's for.
No. No. I've tried to take a couple of days off. I'm up here. I got a bit sunburned on my face this afternoon. So but yeah, no, it's all good. I will watch it. I promise. Will you give us a synopsis of what it was? Will you put it in the link in the chat here so everybody can see it?
Put it in. Just keep talking.
Tim's putting the link in.
I'll post it later on. Yeah.
Are you going to post it? Okay. I was going to go grab it, but okay. I did. Did I not post it on the Facebook page?
I don't think you did.
It's on Satama. So in case everybody that's watching,
okay, well, it'll be on these guys talking about. So for those of you who are not on the Facebook page for Crypto Night in Canada, it's Crypto Night in Canada, and I post a lot of stuff there, stuff that doesn't even make our chats here, like today about the housing market and other stuff. Pardon me. And then there was silence.
Okay, so let's ask everybody, are we ready? Are we ready to talk about horses, ponies, horse racing? Who's ready to see the newest little ponies in the stable?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's show us.
I'll do it right now.
Okay.
All right. So everyone can see this. There we go. So this is just one of the sites I use. It's called it's HawkU, so HAKU.com. And what I've done is I just went in and checked out some filters. So what I'm looking for is a legendary, and the bloodline is Finny. And the color I'm trying to do.
Pause for 1 second. Go back and explain. Rank us out for those, because there may be new people that don't know what you're doing. Just go back and rank. Tell us you're looking for.
So right here,
which is the first Genesis.
What's the cheapest? The cheapest is
the cheapest is Buterin. Then the second is Finny, and then Zabu, and then Nakamoto is the most expensive and most rare bloodline. And then the most rare horses are Genesis, followed by Legendary, Exclusive, and Elite. And then it goes down to Cross and Pacer. And what these are is after you've bred, it just changes their breed type. So the farther down the line, the less kind of pure they are, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to be great racers or valuable in that sense. And I'm actually looking for a specific color because I'm trying to breed Super Coat, which is a rare coat, which is when each the father and the mother of the horse are the same coat color, and then they create that same coat color. It's called Super Coat. And it's something that's quite rare in the game, and it's something that I'm trying to get. And as you can see here, it is a filter.
Okay, so can you do me a favor? So you've picked Bloodline Nakamoto there, and then you've picked.
So this is what I'm looking for.
Okay, so pick that one, and then can you pick the Fuzzy Wuzzy coat color, because I'm curious what that is.
Okay.
And
it
then
doesn't show you, Nance.
And then
does it show you?
No. And then what happens next?
So I just hit save after, and right now I'm gonna zoom out a bit. This is an external site from Zed to help me look, but what you'll see is that this is now the horses that will meet the criteria of the search. So they're all legendary. They're obviously males if they're being studded, and they're all Fuzzy Wuzzy. And so if you want to look at this one here, this little boy here, and this is what they look like. So that is the coat color. And what you'll see is if you dig into the coats and that more, that they're all a similar shade in each grouping. And so I've already been going through this. So I've already gone through and looked at a few horses. This one's pretty good, but it's a Zabu bloodline as grandparents. And what I can do is I can see that if I breed with this horse, I can actually see its family. So I could see who's the parents of this horse, as well as the offspring these parents have created. And it looks like they've got some decent statistics. I'm really looking for just trying to get the super coat, and then anything else is okay. And these are all the certain coat, but this is the one that I've decided to go with, because if I bred with this horse, and I'm going to actually do it right now because I'm set up for it, you'll see that the father of this horse is actually a Nakamoto Genesis, which is the most rare horse and highest bloodline. And so I feel like I'm getting a pretty good discount to breed. So this is Zed Run itself. So this is actually where you'd breed the horse. So this is, I've already gone and searched because I did my research elsewhere, and the Zed Run function is not the best for filtering in this sense. So just to get right to it, I'm going to select a mate, and it's going to bring me to my barn. And right there, that is the only mate that I have that's in season, which means it can only be bred once a month, and every day of its birth, which is the day it was created or minted, is the day that its breeding clock resets. So right here, I'm going to say buy cover. I'm going to confirm. So it's going to cost me $134.91 in wrapped ETH to breed this horse. And I'm going to go in and sign my contract right here with MetaMask, just like you normally would. And it's looking like it's going to work. Sometimes it doesn't always work, so you just got to be patient. And you'll see, please complete your transaction. And as you can see now, we are procreating.
Oh my gosh, we're having pony making moments.
Yeah,
we've gone to a new level.
So it says, success, let's give Silly Philly some time alone in the barn, and please note it may take up to 5 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll go to my stable, and what I'll do is I'll disconnect of stop sharing, and I'll show you what I got. So I've already got these 3 newborns, and they're 9 days old and 3 days old, and I'm going to have another one. And this is my repertoire. So all 4 of these horses on the left are all the same fire opal. And what I'm really going for to start is I'm trying to get super coats. So I've been selecting studs from the barn because I don't have many males. And I'm just starting off there. So I'm going to end the stop sharing. And are we back?
Yep.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is I'll share again when something appears. And
that was exciting. We had horse racing insemination going on in here.
Yeah, we're getting freaky on Crypto Night in Canada, but I'm hoping that it's going to be profitable.
Okay, so what okay, so let's break down the sort of the pricing that to buy one to start with, and then what your goal is, because I think it was eye-opening last week, and I need to redigest it again, that you're doing this to potentially make passive income streams, because yours can be studded out to others, which will bring you that passive income stream. And then others you're breeding to make a profit, I'm assuming. You're going to sell them and make a profit. And then you don't even add in the racing in there. There's multiple ways to make money here, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, and right now, so Zed's been together since 2019, but really been going for about a little over a year. So it's still quite early. I was looking at a metric that Tim, our friend, sent me, and it was Zed was the most engagement and user base after Axis Infinity. So it's just interesting that you're not hearing as much, because if it was a coin, you'd probably be seeing it climbing the charts. But it's just a game on the blockchain. So I'm hoping to get one of these super coats, and then that might be something that I can sell, or even say I got a super coat and I raced it a couple times and it did well. Then it would definitely be more valuable, because super coats only happen when you breed 2 of the same coat. And a lot of people are going to be breeding for racing. So they're not breeding horses for their coat and so on. And that's why I just thought I saw something early on and it always stuck with me. And I just think having the female and being able to have these offspring and then deciding what you want to do from them makes more sense, as they're more assets. It's almost like I was saying to Tim, it's like staking your NFT. Mm-hmm. And you stake your NFT and then you get another one. Whereas you stake your coins all the time. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. But now Tim's very interested, and when he says he comes back, he wants to look at it like more detail. But I'm also now very interested in racing, and I still haven't.
I know. We want to see a race at some point. But Neil, Ryan has a question. He said, if you choose to randomly, is it easy to sell the newborn?
Well, it would just depend, because like every time you breed, you could get an exceptionally rare coat color. So regardless of what the horse is, it's going to be valuable in that, like, I think Fuzzy Wuzzy might actually be one of the more rare coats. But there's a peach one that's kind of a cool color, but I was searching on OpenSea, and there was only like 230 of these horses out of 30,000, 40,000. So if you bred just randomly and you got a random and a very rare coat, it would be valuable regardless of whether it raced or not. So it really depends. I think why I like this is because there's a lot of layers to it. So you could just be someone who wants to collect the rare horses. You don't even care about breeding. You just want the Genesis because you think they're going to go up in value. Or you buy a Genesis and you just put it up the stud and you're like, hey, maybe I'll make my money back.
Okay, so let's pause on that and unpack that a little bit. So you're saying if you've got, you buy one of these horses, you're saying it's about how much would one of these rare horses cost approximately? Not the rarest, not the Nakamoto original, whatever, but what would one of these cost you?
Well, I saw one there for $1.5. No, I thought I saw one there when you were kind of surfing around for like 1.5 ETH.
Yeah, so
you know,
the one that
just under $5,000.
bred my phone, bred my phone. I bred my horse with was, I think, 1.5 ETH to buy. I just decided that, like, to start, I thought it would be easier just to stud it out because I can also pick and choose and kind of figure out what I'm doing. Because, like, if I'm breeding all my horses with a donkey, I'm probably not going to get paid much, right?
No. So let's go. Let's try to do a comparison for everybody so that they can get their heads wrapped around this, and so I could get my head wrapped around this. So if you're looking at one of those,
you can pick up a horse for $100 to $200 easy, but you wouldn't be buying something most likely that hasn't been raced, hasn't been named, and might not be that good, but you'd have a horse and you could race it for as little as like $2. And recently they just increased the number of free races every day and the money available.
Okay, so, but here's where I'm going with this, Neil. What I'm trying to compare is, so you're saying, say it's 1.5 ETH for one of the really nice horses, okay? So then we talked about it. You look at it like you're staking your ETH. How much money can you make staking your ETH? How much money can you make by taking either a male or a female and breeding it? So the male, your stud fees out. How much money can you make on that? Or how much money can you make with your mare getting and producing more of these for you? Like, is it fairly equal between male and females with the amount you could make on it?
Females are more expensive. They're always more expensive than the males, and it's just because they if you breed them, and there's no limit to how long they can be bred. That's something I thought there was, and there isn't. They can just be bred once a month. So females are always more expensive, especially when you get to the Genesis, which are the most rare ones. The females are always more expensive because you're going to be breeding. If you breed with another Genesis, you're breeding the most expensive horses. Just from these ones, because they're legendary status and Finny, I think I could probably get. I haven't done a lot of research. I believe I can get 3 times what I studded them for. So I believe that I could probably get about. I'd imagine I could get $300 for these horses, and if I get a super coat, I can definitely get a lot more than that. So, and then depending on where it goes from there. But I'm really just exploring it now. But I like it. I think it's cool, and I'm looking to try and maybe start. I'd really like to trade horses with people. But I think I need to get on Discord forums and so on. But I don't know how many people would want to do that kind of thing. Kind of like hockey cards back in the day.
Yeah, no, totally. And where I'm really interested in all this, and why I keep asking the questions, is I'm interested in from a passive income point of view. So, and how much time would you say this is taking you? Obviously, you're researching it up front. So that would take you more time up front to learn. But then when you're thinking about it as investment purposes going forward, how long and how quickly or how often would you say that you would be wanting in the future to reinvest in this? Every day you want to get to stud it out? Like, I'm just trying to gauge what the level of commitment is to this.
So I wouldn't say it's too much depending on how much you want to do. The females can only be bred once a month. So like, as you saw, you could go and just pick someone and be like, oh, it's the most expensive. It's probably the best. I'll go that way. Or even I could buy my own horse. I have one that's just a different coat color that I could move over to Zed and breed with all of them myself. There is a fee for it, but it's just much less. And that goes into like the Zed community. But there's so many options, and I'm literally just scratching the surface. Like, I'm still trying to figure out like what fire means, how important are bloodlines, and some of the things I've seen is I've been in a couple forums and groups where there's flash sales, and there are some very interesting horses that are dirt cheap, and we're gonna lose Ken in a minute. And what I've actually think is that if you get connected to some of these forums, you could find some excellent deals. Like I was too late on one, but it was an elite Nakamoto that had a very low Z number, which is the number that's just added together every time you breed. And it only went for about $150. And it wasn't the highest breed, but it was the highest bloodline. So, but I think there's tons of opportunity for passive income. And say I get a male that I race and he does well, I'll 100% throw him in the stud barn and hope to make money back.
Could you possibly run into issues with actually trying to sell them and also finding somebody to, like, if you're putting yourself out there to stud, how's that market like?
It's very diluted. Like there's tons. Like I think almost anyone with a male horse puts their horse up to stud. And that's why I use the Hawk U tool, because Zedrun's searching functions aren't that the strongest. But I'm putting in the hours right now just to learn about like what's what, how do you pick, and the next step after this, just because I've got a little bit of money, is going to be racing, because I've got free races, and then I'm going to try and race. The last 2 horses I've bred have actually had Nakamoto blood, which is the highest, most rare bloodline. Supposed to be the best. So I'm going to definitely go race them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share now, because I do have something in the barn and I haven't looked. So let's.
Oh my goodness!
So we're going to have
a little. Exciting! We get to see what you unveiling.
So once I see the screen kind of flash, we'll go in and we'll have the unveiling together. All right, here we go. So everyone can see this. So you can see that I've got another newborn that was born 11 minutes ago. So it was a cool September 29th evening at 8:45 p.m. But unfortunately for this child, it was on live stream. So, we got a super coat. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And it's a colt. So this is the second male that I've got. And this is the 3rd time I've tried to get this one. It's a 40% chance, so I'm doing all right. I'm pretty excited about that. And so maybe we'll name it Live on Air.
Live on Air! I love it.
Is that a good name? We'll do that. I'll name it Live on Air, and maybe we'll race it next week.
Oh man, Live on Air! How exciting!
Unless I can sell it for too much.
Got gas. Call it got gas.
Okay.
Got gas.
That's amazing.
I'm
Thank you for doing that and sharing
with
that
my
with
Nintendo in the 80s on Christmas morning, right? Like, I tried so hard, and Ryan, when we were talking, and he was egging me on, I was trying so hard to not do anything with this. I talked to a few friends, and they just think I'm insane, but I'm having so much fun with it. And it's, before the pandemic or during the pandemic, I used to be really into fantasy sports, and I had multiple leagues, and I just cut it all off. And this has been as engaging, if not more. And I've actually, I'm going to be going to the library. I'm getting a book on like traditional breeding, because this game is supposed to mimic breeding. So I'm like, why not? My kids love horses. They'll want to look at the pictures, and then I'll just maybe not get into the more detailed stuff.
I love it. Okay, so Anthony wants to know how much
you won't get
to
into the
invest
flies
as
and hay,
a
right?
starter.
You know what? I made a mistake early. I went in and I bought 3 horses right away, all of the same coat, and I really could have started much smaller, I think. Especially because I never ended up buying a stallion or a colt to breed with my own horses. So I think if you want to get started, I'd pick the bloodline you want to go with, which is Buterin's the lowest one. But then I would spend a little bit more money, because then you'll have a quality first horse. The nice thing that I have is all the horses I have are either legendary or exclusive. So they're 1 or 2 down from Genesis. I'd love to get a Genesis, but I wanted more to start. And I wanted to get the super coats going.
Okay, and then Marie Claude said, so how much is that rare coated horse worth now?
Give me a second, I'll take a look. So I'm gonna go on to that Hawk U website and just do a search through listings. And what I'll do is I'll do the coat, I'll say super coat, and I'll just see what's listed. Obviously it's always going to be what someone's going to pay, but I always go and see what else is being listed and similar like that, just because I don't want to undersell the market. and I don't want to go over so that people aren't even looking at the horse. But I think this is very early in the game, so I'm not really in a rush to go. And if I keep breeding them, especially with the other horse I have, and now I have these exclusive colts that if I wanted to mate with other horses that aren't in their family tree, I can do that all internally as well. And now I've also got a super coat. So it's really interesting. I don't know where I'm going to go. It's just going to depend. I've got a job interview for full time tomorrow, and I'm definitely going to take a big dip if I get that job. Like, no question, I'm going to take a dip for a whole bunch of crypto.
Nice.
Not just horses.
Nice.
So.
No, that's nice. So, okay, so as you're looking all that up, one of the things that, so you're looking that up. The other thing is, oh man, I had a question as well. Anthony is saying, do you expect this to be a long-term investment?
Yes, for sure. Like this is me going, I'm thinking this could be, years depending on where it goes. I'd really like to reinvest everything that I make into it and then look at the alternate, the other options. So Let's see. There is only one other one listed right now, and it's unnamed, unraced, and it's a filly, and it's listed for just under $300. So I would say that my male.
If you bought that one, if you bought that unnamed, unraced filly that was also a super coat for $300, say you did that, and you kept it in your barn, and then you mated that unnamed, unraced filly with your unnamed, unraced filly, both super coats. Will you get a super coat out of it? Will it make a superstar other offspring? Like, what happens here?
I'd imagine it would, but then once again, it's who would want that, right? So that would be something that they would only know if they went and looked or something was in the listing. But it would definitely make it much, much more rare if you bred two super coats together and got another super coat. The idea for me is to try and get into more rare coat colors. But especially if I race this horse now, and it did well, then it would definitely be worth more valuable, because they'd be like, look, it's raced 5 races, it's won 2 of them, it's a super coat, let's check this out. And especially what I'm really doing is I'm digging in more to who I'm breeding with, and I'm trying to get these higher bloodlines into these lower level horses, because I just, to go and spend, 10 grand on a Nakamoto Genesis is not in the cards. And that's probably a cheap one. So start small.
Wow.
So
wow.
That is, my stable is growing. So when I started, I bought 6 horses, and now I have 4 that I've mated. So I have 11 horses already. So, and a couple of them I think I've just turned again so that I can breed them if I wanted to. The one thing that's interesting as someone who has a female horse or a mare is that if you put your horse up in the stud barn, you can't actually choose who it breeds with. So the top horses, like the people that are really into this, don't generally put their horses up. They communicate and, do side deals and all that stuff.
Okay, so what kind of, you said you have gone into some community chats. Can you give can you give this community an idea where you're going to talk with other people about this?
There was the one Discord that I was looking at. I only went on it quickly. It was when I was having trouble connecting my wallet. But there's a few that are listed. Doofy's Army is a guy that I've been following, and he's got a YouTube channel as well as Poseidon Racing. It's really interesting because the majority of the people that are deep in this and have been doing it for a while are from down under, which is where the game originated. So, and that's why you'll see their live streams are in the middle of the night for us here.
Yeah, no kidding. And so Ryan's asking, can you choose your own stud fee?
Yeah, so they have a minimum one that they suggest based on the ranking of your horse, but then as the owner, you can increase it, and that's what you see with people that have high winning percentage horses. That is kind of the ultimate goal, is that you get a horse that does really well, wins, and then either if it's a mare or it's a stallion, you breed it to make more money.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's amazing, and it's amazing that we've followed your journey right from the day one, and that Ryan Hemsley pushed you in this direction is even funnier. But I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. This is really, really cool. Was there anything else we wanted to cover off tonight? I'll throw it out to the chat, the folks in the chat. If there's anybody else that's got stuff they want to talk about, feel free. And then we're open.
Here you go, waiting for them to say something.
I'm waiting for you to say something, big boy.
I said everything I came to say.
Well, okay. Marie Claude is asking, can you breed the females indefinitely?
Yes, just once a month. So their mint date is considered their birth date. So every month at that time, it resets the clock. And it's the same for males. Is their minting date is the day they reset.
I love it. Tim, Ryan's wondering where your dad jokes are.
It's coming. It's percolating.
Oh my goodness. You don't have me there elbowing you to not say something inappropriate.
Stupid. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. Oh, and Marie Claude asks, they don't age. You can keep these horses breeding forever.
Yeah, so they're not aging now. There's a lot of stuff going on in the forum. There was a recent change. They were having some problems, I think, with bots and free races. So they ended all bot activity on the game completely. And so they are making changes and updates as they go along. And I think it's just blown up so fast, they're having trouble keeping up. I sent an email almost 2 weeks ago, and it took, I think, 2 weeks for them to respond when I was having trouble with my wallet. I actually almost feel like I should do a beginner's setup video, because I was making it so complicated that it wasn't at all as complicated. I was like, oh, I'm on the wrong chain, and it's mad, and it's like, no, you just need to make sure you have some wrapped ETH or ETH in the wallet that's connected. And it was just, yeah. So, like I said, I'm building my technical skills.
Interesting. Candace has just said that she thinks that crypto's about to take a run. In the comments there, I just pulled up CoinGecko. Everything looks like it's in the green for the last hour, but that,
Gotta love it.
Take it for what it is, right?
Yeah, no, Anthony, I'm glad we piqued your interest. You got to tune in next week. We're going to see how the stable grows. And my goal on this is to get Ken so excited that he goes to OpenSea and buys at least one NFT. I don't care if it's a whale, one of those dogs, you don't have to get a pink unicorn, although I think that you might really love a pink unicorn.
I'm waiting for the NFTs to come out on Satama.
Use all your profits.
Do you think they will?
NFTs. There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're going to be coming out with NFTs and video games on the platform, and yeah, watch the video.
So is Satoma your ultimate thing now? Is this because you're so bullish on it? Is this?
Yeah,
it's
you gotta watch the video with one of the devs. Actually, I posted in here that what's his name, Jake Gagan. I've been following him because he's had exclusive videos with all the devs, and now there's a couple of other YouTubers that are collaborating with him and everything. But their devs they're totally open. Like you can message one of the devs right now, and within an hour he'll get back to you and answer any of your questions.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
They're transparent. That's the word, transparent. They're very transparent, and I don't think I've ever seen any devs so transparent as these guys.
Interesting.
They mean business. Satama is actually a U.S. business. It's registered now. So there's no chance for a coin pull whatsoever. Like they're taking this to the limits. It's going to be phenomenal.
All right. Well, Timmy,
Nancy,
got a little tiny bit of money in the bank account. You can go and buy us some Satoma. And Marie-Claude is right there with you, Ken. She loves Satoma.
Well, she got in pretty early, so the people that got in early are really loving it right now.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Anyways,
anyone in the community knows anyone at Dapper Labs, if they could maybe just personal message me with a contact, because I've got some questions for them. So anyone who works at Dapper Labs or has a connection with Dapper Labs or has a contact at Dapper Labs, that would be great.
Excellent. Well, this has been fun. It doesn't look like anybody's got anything else they really, really, really are dying for us to talk about. Wanted to thank everybody once again for another amazing episode. Neil, those horses, man. You've got my intrigue. I'm very interested in those darn horses. And we look forward to next Wednesday night. Same bat channel, same bat time, same bat channel, but most people wouldn't even know that reference. So that was dumb. We'll see you next week on Crypto Night in Canada. Good night, everybody.
Night, y'all.
See you later.